friends, it has always struck me that of the many attributes of Jesus, he zeroed in on two descriptions about himself that he invites us to learn from. In Matthew chapter 11, he says, "Learn from me, for I am gentle and humble of heart." In today's gospel reading, Matthew speaks of the humility and gentleness of Jesus. Let us reflect on this today and learn from it. This is Nini Casas. Welcome to Pathways of Hope. Our reading is taken from Matthew chapter 12, verses 14 to 21. At about this time, the Pharisees had begun to plot the arrest and death of Jesus. He was beginning to have too many followers. When Jesus realized this, he withdrew from that place. Many people followed him, and he cured them all, but he warned them not to make it known. Let us reflect on the humility of Jesus. Most people who hold positions of power or have special talents would trumpet their arrival in a place, seeking to gather the attention and adulation of the public. But it was not so with Jesus. Isaiah described Jesus as the chosen servant of God, who did not cry aloud or have his voice heard in the streets, proclaiming his wisdom and his power to perform miracles. Jesus was God's humble servant, sent to collaborate in the plan and purpose that God had for mankind. Nowadays, many people regard the title of servant with very low esteem, not something to be desired, but contrary to the world's impression of servant, being a servant of God is a privilege. God names anyone whom he calls to collaborate in his plans, my servant. We are called to be God's servants. God wants to do something through us and in us when we serve him. Let us ask for this grace to be humble and obedient servants like Jesus. Second reflection, the gentleness of Jesus. Two images in the prophecy of Isaiah struck me, the bruised reed and the smoldering wick. The prophecy reads, "A bruised reed he will not break, and a smoldering wick he will not snuff out." What is a bruised reed? It is a reed, a stalk of a plant that is broken and useless. It grows in the muddy, swampy areas, trampled upon by animals and men. A smoldering wick is a stuttering candle whose flame is about to go out, can be snuffed out between the thumb and the forefinger. What do the bruised reed and the smoldering wick symbolize? They are the people who are broken, weak, and afraid, the helpless and the hopeless. They can be the people who believe that they have no more reason and purpose for living, and there are many of them now. Jesus never turned away these people, the seeming outcasts of society, the blind, the lepers, the prostitutes, the disabled, the poor. His heart always went out for them, comforted them, and healed them. His gentleness and compassion was always there for them. Today, let us be reminded that even if we think we are at the end of our ropes, helpless and hopeless, Jesus will always be there for us. The bruised reed he will not break, the smoldering wick he will not snuff out. Jesus also invites us to be the people who will show God's love to others, especially those who are weighed down by the troubles of this world. To be the people who can become pathways of hope to others. Jesus invites us to be tender and compassionate, as gentle as he was towards the bruised reeds and the smoldering wicks of the world at this time. If you've been blessed by this video, please like, share, and subscribe to Pathways of Hope. Again, this is Nini Casas. Thank you, and God bless your day.